Welcome back to the SportsMax Zone. The Commonwealth Games Federation and the International Cricket Council have announced the qualification process for women's cricket at the 2022 Games set for Edgbaston in Birmingham, England from July 28 to August 8. This is the second time that cricket will feature in the Games after a men's competition was part of the Games in Kuala Lumpur in 1998. Host England will be joined by the 6 other highest-ranking sides in the ICC Women's T20 standings as of April 1st, 2021. The final place will go to the winner of the Commonwealth Games qualifier, with that qualifier having to be played by January 31st, 2022. Meanwhile, athletes from the Caribbean will be representing their countries and not the West Indies. If the West Indies gets a slot at the Games, then the competing team will be decided by a qualifying tournament among territories. So I'll start by saying, of course, for me, I welcome this. I think it shows the importance of women and the fact that this sport is growing. People are welcoming that the women have a good possibility, a good chance to play cricket. And of course, when I saw the news this morning, I was extremely happy. I instantly ran to my sister and I'm like, you need to up your game. You need to start working because West Indies needs to make a spot and then can figure out which country represents. Tino, how did you see this? Of course, the women getting the opportunity to showcase their talent on a big, big stage.
Yeah, I am so happy. This is absolutely tremendous. Let me just take you back to Kuala Lumpur. Back in 1998, that Barbados went to the finals. We got beaten by South Africa. That was the men's 50-over tournament. But really tremendous for the women's game. I honestly believe that the game needs to grow. More women needs to be involved. And young girls need to see their heroes on TV doing well. And I hope the West Indies can go on and do well. So this is a great precedent in our time now, that women are being involved in the international game on the Commonwealth. I would love to see the Olympics as well, but we will wait and see.
Can our West Indies women, Tino, based on what you've been seeing, and of course I'm asking you to put on your coaching hat here, can our West Indies women finish in the automatic qualifiers?
Yeah, we just need to, the West Indies women just need to focus. The coaching staff that's around them just need to just concentrate on the star players in terms of letting them know their roles. Once players know their roles and they're clear with that whole thought process, I think guys they're gonna execute much better. But I believe in the West Indies women team. I know they're kind of regressed somewhat in the last 2 years or so, but we just need to get the right coaching in, right people around the women team, and I honestly believe they can go from strength to strength.
So, Tino, if you had to say, based on the Caribbean and the teams that you've been looking on at, which Caribbean team is likely to qualify?
I would say maybe Trinidad, maybe Jamaica.
Barbados has some big ones.
Yeah, Barbados as well. Yeah, maybe Barbados. Yeah, I will probably say those are the three I probably will qualify. Play harder against those bigger international teams, but they just have to just back themselves. I think when you get to the international level, or you're playing against other people from different playing nations, I think it's more about who hold the nerves, who execute on that given moment the best. And I think that's when people are gonna stand up and take note and see that we have talent from right here in the region.
You speak about cricket at the Olympics for the women, Tino, and I'm saying that this decision by the Commonwealth Games Federation could not have come soon enough, because I was saying if it is that the people are serious about getting cricket at the Olympics, and of course cricket started in the Commonwealth, cricket is a Commonwealth sport like netball is, then it's a no-brainer that the Commonwealth Games Federation would have been pushing the thing to get it the kind of profile, to raise its profile, and to make the Olympic chiefs see the necessity of including it among the Olympic sports. And I'm saying that this is a decision that is long overdue, and I'm criticizing them for taking so long, Tino, but I guess better late than never.
Yeah, better, as you said, better late than never, but as we said already, brother, these people from these high-end places, these institutions don't really got the time for people, for inclusion. They just want to play certain sports and stuff. I honestly believe that when you include cricket and stuff into like the Commonwealth and the Olympics, you're giving other nations the opportunity to contend for Olympic medals. I think they want to keep it, to themselves and stuff. So it's good that finally, after 22 years, that cricket returns to the Commonwealth. I just hope that. Yeah, continue, George.
Sorry, I was saying that I'm wondering, though, about the wisdom of making it an individual territory thing. Yes, I know that in the 1998 games for the men, Commonwealth Games, Barbados did, as you say, make that final in Kuala Lumpur, KL. But I'm wondering if it shouldn't be a West Indies team that we're sending to this women's tournament, given that when you look at international cricket, the West Indies are the only competitors who are from a multiplicity of nations. Everybody else is a one nation competitor. So given the unique status of the West Indies, I'm wondering if it shouldn't be a West Indies selection, a West Indies slot, and even better than that, give the West Indies, England are hosts, so they get an automatic buy into it. But you want a certain publicity around the tournament. The West Indies is still arguably the biggest marketing name in cricket, in all forms of cricket. I still maintain that the West Indies, as a historic team from a marketability perspective, the West Indies are the West Indies. Get England the hosts or an automatic place, of course. Get the West Indies in there automatically, and you can let everybody else qualify to come.
I like that.
What say you?
Yeah, I think I agree with you. When we're talking about cricket holistically as a region, the only two unifying forces in the Caribbean that unifies us is University of the West Indies and West Indies cricket.
And SportsMax.
No,
that's true. That's true, Tino.
Yeah, man. Look, I agree with you, George. You don't want the games to be watered down as well. If you got a team like I'm not sure how strong, let me say, a Dominica women's team is. Well, I don't think it makes sense Dominica playing England in a T20 game at the Commonwealth. If you just, you know what I mean? That's watering down the cricket. I do agree that West Indies should go and represent the region at the Commonwealth, at the Olympics, at any of these big stages when it comes to the women's game. With the men's game, individually, I think the teams can be more competitive in a way.
Yeah, like the Red Force.
There's a point, Tino, my producer is raising, that Great Britain doesn't compete as a unified territory at the Commonwealth Games, but Great Britain did compete as Great Britain at the Olympics. Yeah, Ryan Giggs played, the Welsh captain played with some Englishmen in that Great Britain team. Of course, it didn't go far.
Absolutely correct.
Especially at this time when relations within the United Kingdom, which is the political space, Great Britain is the geographical space. People use them interchangeably for obvious reasons. But there are so many tensions within the Union now, with Scotland wanting devolution and people in Wales talking about independence. So now would not be a good time to approach Great Britain for a unified team for the Commonwealth Games. It can happen for the West Indies because in and out of season, the West Indies is the West Indies.
Absolutely. So I do agree with you, George. I think that we should go as a unifying force in terms of the West Indies women's team to the Commonwealth Games. I don't think that it should be individuals like Barbados, Jamaica, Trinidad, Antigua, Dominica, because the quality of cricket that you're looking for, because everyone is watching cricket. Remember, we are inside this COVID. I don't think someone wants to turn on the TV and see somebody get bowled for 28.
Absolutely not.
And even so, let's just say, Jamaica has Stephanie Taylor and Deandra Dottin, but that's just two players. What about the rest of the team? So are you going to just tune in to watch two players? Or Marissa doesn't play for Trinidad anymore. We're going to watch Anisa Mohammed alone from Trinidad because...
And this is not a deterrent and this is not a criticism of the women not getting the opportunity to play in a global tournament. But at the end of the day, you're looking to market your women's game. And women always talk about equality. They want more pay. They want fairness. So they need to put a quality product out there that people can invest in.
Make some money.
Amen, brother. Amen. We're agreed. The three of us believe that it should be a West Indies team at the Commonwealth Games 2022 Women's Cricket. There we go. All right, let's take a break. Back with more.